What's good? What's good, everybody? Welcome back to another episode of The Urban Platform Speaks. Make sure to like and subscribe as you come into the channel and check out the content. And with that being said, I want to speak on comments that the Mavs owner, right? The Mavs owner made about Luka Doncic. And also, I want to speak on a situation, really the whole situation, right? So basically, the Mavs owner, what's this guy's name? His name is I got his name there. Oh, his name is Patrick Dumont. And so what Patrick Dumont basically said is that Luka Doncic was more of a he was more of a liability and a high risk than he was somebody who could help the team out. He basically felt like Luka didn't take his 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 uh his fitness seriously. And so with the money situation coming up pretty soon, Luca was going to be asking for big money, but he wasn't really dedicated like that. And so that's why ownership decided to move off of Luca, right? And so I made a video like as soon as they traded Luca, I made a video saying, those exact same things. And some people had came out and said that ownership moved on from Luca because they want to kind of like sabotage the team and move them to Las Vegas. So the thinking with that is ownership wants to uh sabotage the team by having them have a losing record. And then if they have a losing record, then the team will fall out of favor with Dallas Maverick fans, right? But you got to think about, like, to me that still don't make any sense. Number one, that is probably like that is like 4 years away, like 3 or 4 years away with the Mavericks being able to move that team, right? So that's like 4 years out. And I don't know, if you can even legally like tank a team like that with and have them lose. Like, is that legal? Like, can you tank on a team and have them lose? I know, like in football, or sometimes even in basketball, you might have a team that they may not put their best team out there, right? And so, but to do that for like 3 or 4 years in advance, I don't know if that really makes sense, because now if they are successful at tanking the team, then that could hurt their bottom line too. As far as like how much money they make, uh, how much time they get on TV, which also will affect the amount of money they make. So to me, that really never really made a whole lot of sense, like to tank and have the Dallas Mavericks fall out of favor. You know, um, I think it's more of a situation where, and it's more obvious that management just not pleased with Luca. They see Luca as somebody who is not taking the game serious, at least serious enough where he can, get in shape and carry the team and put this team on his back. He didn't seem to be that type of player. Although, Luca he was a big part of their success last year. He had them in the finals last year. And so, but I think they see Luca probably, getting hurt a lot more. Um, you see situations where, one there was a video of Luca drinking a beer and somebody taking the beer out of his hand, and so it's and then there have been like the coach and people on the team have just really been not pleased with Luca's his fitness. Luca coming into camp not in shape. So I think when this owner when he feels strongly enough that he needs to make a public statement about Luca, I think that's what it is. I don't think in this situation, I don't think it's a situation where ownership is trying to pull the wool over fans, people eyes. I think in this situation, they just telling it like it is. Luca is not serious about the game, or is not to the point where he can he want to stay in shape. And this owner Patrick Dermount Patrick Dumont even said things about he even mentioned other stars, and so there is an expectation when when he bring up other stars and he said how other franchise stars, players, and how they treat their body and how they dedicate themselves to the game. So there's an expectation there. And as far as ownership and management was concerned, Luka was not meeting that expectation, and he was putting himself at risk for having multiple injuries. And just all you have to do is just look at the Philadelphia 76ers and look at what they're going through with Joel Embiid. Joel Embiid has almost missed the same amount of games as he has played. And part of the reason why Joel has missed so many games is the fact that Joel is not really, he don't take care of his body like he should. And so the Dallas Mavericks don't want to be in that situation. And so they decided to be proactive and really just, move on from Luka, which I think, all right, so and if they're going to move on from Luka, while Luka is like about 20 something years old, and they decide to move, I think this is for Luka is like a wake up call. You know, um, Basically, it's a wake up call. You're sending him to the Los Angeles Lakers, a storied organization, and it's a wake up call for Luka. Now, the trade so far hasn't worked out for the Dallas Mavericks because game one, Anthony Davis, went out with a lower body injury. So that part of it, didn't work out. But for them to give Luka a smack on the wrist and tell him that, that this is serious, I think, that's what I think it is. I don't think it's a situation where now they might be trying to move the team, but I don't think that's why they moved Luka, to sabotage the team and have them fall out of favor with Dallas Maverick fans. I just don't see that as being. I think it's more likely Luka is not dedicated. He's not meeting those expectations, that ownership and management want him to meet. And so they just feel like, Luka should be maybe it'll help motivate Luka if they move on from Luka. So now whether this trade, like I said, because Anthony Davis is hurt, whether this come back and bite him, I don't know. Now, if it don't bite him in the backside, then what's going to happen is you'll see other owners around the league start to do this with their, if you feel like a guy's not dedicated, then they'll move on from him a lot faster than they would somebody like Joel Embiid. I mean, the Sixers just kept hope and hope and hope alive when it came to Joel Embiid, and now they're coming to the realization that they probably going to have to move Joel Embiid pretty soon, if not by the end of the season. Maybe after the season, I think they'll probably move on from Joel Embiid. Because he's like I said, he's missed almost half his games. So and yeah, so that's my take on it. Make sure to like and subscribe. Don't forget to leave a comment, and I'll check you all out in the next video.